Have you ever wondered what 800 million people look like? That's roughly the population of the United States, the European Union, and Australia combined. It's also the number of people China has lifted out of poverty over the past 4 decades. Behind this huge number are countless stories, particularly of young people. When we picture modern China, gleaming skyscrapers in Shanghai, bullet trains slicing through the landscape, or the tech hubs in Shenzhen often come to mind. While true, much of China's transformation also unfolds in its countryside, driven by a spirit called pinbo. So what is pinbo? It's more than working hard. Think of grit, resilience, and innovating against the odds. It's young graduates boosting farming with tech, or entrepreneurs taking local crafts global. This spirit fuels rural revitalization, China's push to uplift its countryside. Many young people aren't just migrating to cities. They're returning to their roots, blending new skills with tradition. Their actions show modernization is more than a top-down plan. This drive for inclusive progress echoes ancient Chinese ideals like Xiaokang, a comfortably well-off society, and Confucius' wisdom. What worries people is not scarcity, but uneven distribution, not poverty itself, but the instability it creates. China's recent success in lifting nearly 100 million rural people from absolute poverty reflects these values, focused now on creating shared opportunities. How do these big ideas become real? Through individuals. Consider the journey of Qin Yuefei. Picture a young man with 2 Ivy League degrees in his pocket and the world at his fingertips. Job offers from prestigious firms promising 6-figure salaries. A future of comfort within easy reach. Now picture that same young man stepping off a slow-moving train into a poor, remote village hidden within mountains in Hunan province. This is where Qin Yuefei's story begins. In 2011, fresh from Yale University with dual degrees in economics and political science, Qin made a choice that baffled his classmates and worried his parents. Instead of joining his peers in Washington or Wall Street, he became a village official in Hejia village, a remote and impoverished place in Hunan. It was a 35-kilometer journey from the nearest town. Most young people had left for city jobs, leaving mainly the elderly and children. His initial room was tiny and stark. A camp bed, old cabinet, and leaking roof. But Qin, prepared for hardship, remained undeterred. But tough conditions weren't his only problem. An even bigger challenge was the villagers' deep mistrust. They saw a fair-skinned young man from the city. They doubted he could handle farm work or truly understand their lives. Why would he leave a promising career for a meager salary? Many suspected he was just trying to boost his resume. Cultural differences also created misunderstandings. For instance, Qing's habit of showering daily seemed unusual to some villagers and made them wonder if he thought their village was dirty. On top of this, even though Qing spoke 3 foreign languages, he couldn't understand the local dialect at first. He'd often just smile and nod, not realizing he wasn't truly connecting. It was the village head who gently pointed out that to really earn their trust, Qing needed to become one of them. Qing understood. His fancy degrees meant little here. What mattered was being accepted. So he made a real effort to bridge this gap. He started by watching and adapting. He wore the rubber shoes a villager gave him. He cut back on showers to match local norms. He even wore similar clothes each day so older villagers could recognize him. and crucially, he threw himself into learning the difficult local dialect. Soon, he could chat with them easily. His efforts paid off. Slowly, the villagers' suspicion turned into warmth and acceptance. They started treating him like family, asking for help with everyday problems, a leaky roof, a broken water heater, or a child's math homework. Qing found deep satisfaction in these small acts, feeling he was truly becoming part of the community. Gaining their trust was the vital first step. As a college graduate village official, Qing's main goal was to help Hejia village develop and lead the people towards a better life. He quickly learned their biggest challenge: a broken irrigation channel, a problem that had troubled their farms for over 10 years. Qing made it his mission to fix it. With no village funds, he began fundraising. Few knew the personal sacrifices behind his efforts. To save project money, Qing often took overnight trains, choosing the cheapest hard seats, and paid for these tickets out of his own pocket. Sometimes he stayed in crowded youth hostels, sharing a room with 7 others for just 40 yuan a night. He even convinced his Yale classmates and a design firm to provide project blueprints free of charge. But money was only the first hurdle. When disagreements among villagers about water rights threatened to halt the irrigation project, Qing patiently mediated until everyone reached an agreement. Then he didn't just supervise, he worked physically alongside the villagers, carrying loads and helping with the labor to repair the channel just before the crucial spring planting season. With reliable water, harvests improved greatly. This success was a turning point, earning Qing deep respect from the community. As village chief Hu Chuanjia remarked, "I admire his down-to-earth, can-do spirit." Qing's efforts didn't end there. In under 2 years, he raised over 800,000 yuan. This money helped pave muddy roads and expand the local nursing home, making a real difference to the villagers' daily lives. Because he genuinely connected with the people and worked tirelessly for them, in 2012, the villagers elected Qing as their deputy to the County People's Congress with a strong 85% vote. One villager summed it up perfectly: "Young Qing genuinely connects with us and works tirelessly for us." When his 3-year term ended in 2014, Qing turned down promotions and signed up for another 3 years. He believed rural development needed ongoing effort. It was during these years that Qing had a powerful realization. He realized one-time projects were like giving fish. The real need was teaching people to fish by building skills and capacity that help villagers to get sustainable income. Believing in rural China's untapped potential, in 2015, he and his former classmates launched the Black Soil Wheat Field Initiative. Its mission? Bring bright graduates to remote villages to apply fresh thinking to local challenges, helping market unique local products using internet-savvy approaches. Qing didn't just recruit graduates. He also traveled widely, persuading companies to pay salaries for these young social entrepreneurs. This created a win-win-win situation. Companies could support good causes, graduates gained valuable experience, and villages developed their economies. The idea took off. Graduates from China's top universities eagerly joined, bringing their skills to the countryside. In its first year, Black Soil Wheat Field attracted over 8 million yuan in investments and generated over 1 million in revenue, transforming 15 villages. The Yale graduate, who once struggled to speak with villagers, now shares China's rural governance experience at United Nations forums. Yet he remains humble, believing that this determined striving isn't about personal glory, but about lighting the way for others. While Qing's path led him from elite university halls to the rice fields of Hunan, the spirit of Pinbo manifests differently across China's diverse landscape. 500 kilometers southwest, where mist-shrouded mountains cradle ancient traditions, another transformative story was unfolding. In southeastern Guizhou province lies Liping County, home to China's largest population of Dong ethnic group. Among its villages, Gaibao was once known for extreme poverty. Deep in the mountains, the 100-kilometer journey to Gaibao took 4 grinding hours by car. Locals used to say garbage piled high on sunny days and wastewater flowed freely when it rained. Now, picture the same village transformed. Traditional wooden houses beautifully restored, workshops buzzing with activity, Wi-Fi everywhere, and elderly villagers confidently using smartphones. What caused this change? The story involves a determined young official, a local legend, and 7 courageous women. In February 2018, Wu Yusheng arrived in Gaibao. His task was immense. Over a fifth of families were impoverished. The village lacked industry, and its isolation was profound. Shortly after he arrived, during the Chinese New Year festival, Wu saw something amazing. Villagers in stunning embroidered Dong clothing sang traditional antiphonal songs around crackling bonfires, their silver headdresses gleaming. He admired the intricate drum tower and covered bridge. Wu realized that despite its poverty, Gaibao was rich in living culture and breathtaking natural beauty, the kind of poetic, faraway place city dwellers often dreamed about. Drawing on his university experiences with online businesses, Wu wondered, what if they used short videos and live streaming platforms to showcase Gaibao's unique culture and sell local products? He pitched the idea at a village meeting, but skepticism was the first reaction. The idea seemed strange and risky. Facing deep mistrust, Wu was determined. He even promised to personally cover any losses if the project failed, a true act of pinball. Wu became a one-man filming crew, capturing local life and delicacies. After a month's hard work, only 700 followers joined, and discouragement set in. Rumors spread, he's not doing real work, just glued to his phone all day. The village committee considered cutting funds, and Wu himself doubted his digital dream. Then one day, Wu heard a beautiful melody, Dong Pipa song. He asked about it and learned a local legend. Long ago, 7 fairies flying over Gaibao saw the Dong women looking sad. To bring them joy, the fairies scattered songs into the river. The women drank the water, learned to sing, and joy returned. Inspiration struck. Wu decided to create a new video account, 7 Fairies of Dong Village. He needed 7 local women who could embody this legend, women who weren't shy, could face the camera, and share their lives and culture authentically. Finding them wasn't easy. Many Dong women were graceful and talented, but few felt comfortable being filmed or speaking publicly. Wu started scouting. He found the first fairy, Yang Yanjiao, during a pipa song rehearsal. 2 more joined after he filmed traditional wedding customs. Their first nervous video showcasing black sticky rice making in traditional Dong attire went viral with nearly 1 million views. Followers jumped to 10,000 overnight. The team of 7 fairies was finally complete when Zhang Guodan, a respected keeper of Dong cultural traditions, agreed to join after much persuasion. Beneath green mountains beside the Gaibao River, Wu and the 7 fairies started filming their daily lives. Foraging for wild herbs, sharing meals and even live streaming exciting local bullfights. Within 3 months, their followers soared to 170,000. But for Wu, followers were just the start. The real goal, the core of his pinbo spirit, was turning online attention into real income for the villagers. In autumn 2018, Wu Yongrong, one of the poorer farmers in the village, couldn't sell his small yellow ginger. Wu Yusheng suggested featuring it on the Seven Fairies live stream. The day after the broadcast, Wu Yongrong got a call, an order from Shanghai. Wu Yongrong recounted that he first sent them 50 jing. A few days later, they called back, saying the quality was excellent and ordered another 10,000 jing. That season, he and 15 other struggling households sold nearly 60,000 jing of ginger, boosting each family's income significantly. Soon they were selling the villagers chickens, ducks, fish and rice the same way. After escaping poverty, Wu Yongrong gratefully admitted they hadn't understood Mr. Wu at first, but realized that Wu had seen the future. The rising popularity didn't just sell products, it brought people. Tourists began arriving, seeking the authentic rural experience they had seen online. This created new opportunities. Wu Changyue, whose family struggled with poverty due to illness, saw the influx of visitors. Using a small government grant for home renovation and a microloan, she opened a guest house just before the 2019 National Day holiday, a major tourist week in China. It now provides her family with a steady income of over 3,000 yuan a month. Another villager, Liu Taiqing, saw the growing market. He started a cooperative to raise chickens on the mountainsides, selling them through the Seven Fairies platform. By the end of 2018, Gaibao officially shed its poverty-stricken label. The transformation was remarkable. The once struggling village now had small factories and internet cafes with Wi-Fi everywhere. The mindset shifted from passivity to a proactive embrace of pinbo. Wu Yusheng knew lasting success required empowering others. The focus shifted to training local youth in digital skills, enabling them to continue promoting Gaibao. The Seven Fairies became more than just a marketing idea. They became a symbol of how tradition and technology could blend, and how determined effort could turn a forgotten village into a lively hub. They proved that modernization doesn't have to mean leaving your culture or your home behind. From Hunan's muddy villages to Guizhou's misty mountains, we now turn to fields and orchards nationwide. Here, thousands of young entrepreneurs are applying modern techniques to China's ancient agricultural traditions. These new farmers have seen the wider world but choose to return, transforming farming with innovation while honoring ancestral land. They challenge the old idea that progress only flows towards cities. Recent surveys show that over 80% of young people in China now see real promise in becoming new farmers, young, educated individuals using modern methods in farming. These aren't your grandparents' farmers. They are a new generation blending technology, market smarts, and environmental awareness with deep local roots. Let's meet one of these pioneers. In northeastern Jilin province, Ding Qi, general manager of Shanhe Agriculture, returned to her hometown Sandaohezi village a few years ago, leaving a well-paying job in Guangzhou. Ding Qi explained her village, once prosperous, ran into a roadblock around 2020, needing industries to add value to farm products. Driven by love for her home and using her savings, she returned, asking herself, "What can I do here? What can I change?" These questions guided her. What Ding envisioned was a circular agricultural economy. Growing fresh corn for people to eat, using the stalks as cattle feed, using cattle manure to cultivate earthworms, and then using the organic fertilizer from the worms to nourish the cornfields. Nothing wasted, everything connected. But the heart of Ding's innovation came through technology, specifically HPP, or high-pressure processing, a cutting-edge preservation technique. Traditional preservation methods require chemical additives, she explains, but with HPP, we use extreme pressure rather than heat or chemicals. Our corn can last 12 months at room temperature without any preservatives. Her first year back was tough. Corn grown with local farmers didn't meet market quality standards. Instead of giving up, Ding sought government help. They connected her with researchers who analyzed local conditions to develop custom seed varieties, a game changer. The result? 2 breakthrough products: glutinous corn that doesn't harden when it cools, and black corn with thin skin, innovations that addressed specific consumer needs. From these successes, her company developed 7 major categories and 8 distinct products. Success brought soaring demand. Needing to expand with tight funding, Ding's Pingbo was tested again. She presented her plan to authorities, securing special funds for a new processing line. Her timing was perfect. Jilin Province, part of the world's Golden Corn Belt, was already a leader in fresh-eating corn, known for its high quality due to rich black soil and favorable climate. The industry was booming, with demand and prices for premium fresh corn rising, making it a key driver for rural revitalization. Ding Qi's company, founded in 2020, tapped right into this wave. She established a 132-hectare fresh-eating corn base and a 6,500 square meter processing plant. This created an integrated system of growing, processing, and selling under her own brand. By 2023, her company's turnover topped 10 million yuan and was turning a profit. Her company became a local economic engine, linking with 6 cooperatives in a rural industry alliance covering corn, cattle, sheep, and chicken farming. My company now employs 150 people annually, 80% rural women, with average incomes up over 4,500 yuan per person each year. Our 300 mu yields 7,000 to 8,000 yuan more per hectare than traditional farming. Ding remarks, returning to the countryside isn't easy. You need love for your hometown, professional knowledge, and endurance. I've seen real positive changes. We need more young people to bring fresh ideas, combine them with rural realities, and break through traditional barriers to unlock local treasures. This is the quiet revolution in rural China, revitalizing the past by embracing the future. We've traveled together from the misty hills of Hunan to the cornfield in northeastern Jilin, witnessing how China's youth are weaving together dreams and determination in the fabric of rural life. But as we conclude, I'd like us to step back and consider the deeper currents flowing through these stories. What's particularly striking is how these young people challenge our conventional assumptions about progress. Rather than a one-way journey from rural to urban, from traditional to modern, we've witnessed circular paths where knowledge, talent, and innovation flow in multiple directions. These stories invite us to reconsider what metrics truly matter. What if we measured development not just by economic output, but by how widely prosperity is shared? What if success included restoring cultural heritage and protecting the environment? What might change if we saw rural communities not as places to escape from, but as foundations to build upon? This resonates beyond China's borders. In many countries, we see both rural brain drain and emerging countercurrents, young entrepreneurs returning to forgotten places, bringing fresh perspectives while honoring local knowledge. The specifics differ, but the human desire to contribute meaningfully and belong somewhere tangible seems universal. I'm curious, how do these stories compare with the development patterns in your own contexts? What feels distinctive, and what resonates as familiar? What motivates young people in your society to invest their talents in communities others have written off? As our world faces shared challenges, from climate change to inequality, perhaps we need exactly this kind of creativity, not grand solutions imposed from above, but countless adaptive innovations from those who understand local realities. The spirit of Pinbo we've witnessed, determined striving against odds, isn't about individual achievement alone, but about contributing to a larger whole. Whether manifested through a Yale graduate choosing a remote village, Dong women finding their voices online, or entrepreneurs creating circular agricultural systems, the common thread is a vision where advancement leaves no one behind. Perhaps this is where our most fruitful dialogue begins, not in comparing systems, but in sharing how each of us, in our own contexts, can contribute to a future where prosperity is measured not just by towering skylines, but by the everyday flourishing of the communities we call home.